back in Sioux Falls, and the Denver Pios are up first on our docket. Coach Woods is joining us now. Thanks for being here, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you're excited, but I am.
Hey, I'm excited. You should be excited, too. You got 9 newcomers in the gym this year.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you see building so far this preseason?
You know, I'm so excited about this group. I think people are going to see a different style of play. It's the first time we've had true bigs on our roster, have a lot of size. If you guys are new here, right, we've been like long ball elite the last few years. I think you're going to see a little different feel on the court. Finally in a position to have a balanced team. In the past, we've had kind of a one-sided, right, pretty kind of lopsided in terms of like production. And I truly feel with this roster, we have a chance to go 10 deep. It's been fun to kind of watch them get together and build the type of team they want to see. So I'm excited. I'm definitely, it's been an opportunity to have a reset and to be rejuvenated, and I hope you see that and feel that when we step on the floor.
Yeah, and speaking of that rejuvenation, you have a lot of youth on this team as well. What excites you about what the youth bring to this group?
Their curiosity to learn, right? I think when you have youth and people that are at this level for the first time, they don't know what they don't know, so they're excited to learn. Practices flow where they're asking the right questions, they're coming in. One of our core values is being invested, and they show that. They're constantly, I think they're wearing a staff out. I have a new staff as well in terms of, you know, I want extra work, I want film. We share a suite with our hockey staff, and I feel like I need to apologize to them every day because people are up there learning loud and wanting to get better. So I think their curiosity to learn and really want to be intentional about the work, they are that way on the court and off.
Coach, this group, you mentioned it, very perimeter-based over the last couple of seasons. Last year, you averaged over 7 made threes a game. Now with some different looks and some different options that you have on your roster, did you feel like those were the necessary changes you needed to make because of what this league presents you night in, night out? Or was that just because these are the kind of kids that want to be at Denver and we're going to make it work?
All of the above.
Yeah.
Honestly, all of the above. I think, you know, we have a roster that not only the players and his staff that was looking for an opportunity, right? Looking for opportunity. And obviously you can look up the numbers and things like that. What I love about this team is whatever happened last year, most of them like, we weren't here.
Yeah.
You know, the staff, like, we weren't here.
Yeah.
So I like the balance. But, yes, in part because of how the league makeup is, I think the Summit League is a phenomenal mid-major league. Has a lot of size. Obviously, South Dakota State has just been running it for decades, it feels like. But he's done it with some size and things like that. And the same with Jory at North Dakota State. So we wanted to be able to address some of that. I think our point guard play really gives us a chance to play fast, how I envision. Our big, so they're big. They run. You know, Brooke Morrell, who's also here, is probably like second fastest on the team. So it's not we're still not going to walk the ball at the court. It kind of is like counterproductive when you're at 52-80. But yes, it was both players that wanted to be here, that wanted an opportunity, and then also to address just the size that the league reflects. And so hopefully we can also be better defensively. It has been a big focus of ours.
When you look at what you wanted to do with your non-conference schedule, and again, a lot of new faces, young kids, you really only have that one senior on your roster, and you want to get them prepared. I know you open at home versus Air Force. You're going to be at Northern Colorado, a game in December at Kansas against a P5 opponent. Just talk a little bit about your philosophy for scheduling and what you wanted to see from this group and what you want to see early.
Yeah, you know, some of these, you know, we always like to play some local. We don't have a ton of do-ons in that region, so Air Force and Northern Colorado gives us a chance to do that. Northern Colorado, obviously, been in the Big Sky, just kind of very similar opponent, very similar to some of our Summit League opponents. And then really want to have our players get out and play different styles so we're prepared. Opening with Air Force, honestly, it's kind of intentional. You don't have any choice but to be physical, any choice but to kind of be ready. And so I felt like in the past we've opened with, you know, a non-Division I, and this really gives us a chance to set the tone from the beginning. And then obviously going to Kansas, you know, I'm from Topeka. We're going to University of Kansas, and I've already texted Brandon, the head coach, is like, I'm probably going to need more than our allotment. So that was probably twofold, but it's the mecca of basketball, and it's going to be a great opportunity for us to not just showcase our team, our university, but I'm really excited about non-conference, and we have the focus of, obviously, we want to be playing our best basketball when the Summit League play starts, and non-conference is set up to give us the opportunity to do so.
A challenge always, no doubt.
And Coach, when you look in the makeup of your roster this year, we've already talked about the youth and only really having one senior. How would you describe how this group has, whether it's come together or who's stepping up when you have, so much youth and not as much veteran experience?
We talk about leadership. I think in the last couple of years we've had leaders either that I self-appointed or things like that. And we've really taken the approach that everybody's capable of leading. What does that mean for you? Are you the vocal one? Be that. Brooke will tell you she's a vocal one. Laya, I know though English isn't her first language, my girl is going to talk. She is definitely, it may not be loud, but she's going to talk. And then, though we don't have a ton of upperclassmen, we have Corinne Watts, who played a lot of minutes as a freshman for us last year, and also Lily Sparza, who also played and started. So though they're still just sophomores, we have youth, but I think what they've enjoyed about this team is everybody feels like they're part of it, right? Everybody doesn't feel like I have to, do anything for you because you're the upperclassmen. We're all here together in a sense. You either just got here or you've been here maybe 2 years. So it's really given us a chance to have that true team concept. Nobody's above or below anything. You'll see, anybody any given time pulling the balls out, helping pick up our catapult. So I like that we've been able to have, again, another core value that we have is this unselfishness. And whether it's by design, they're kind of forced to do so because there's really no one leading the way. And we have 4 true freshmen, and one of them is local in a sense of a point guard. You expect them to be more vocal, and she probably is vocal. And I think the makeup gives her a chance to really lean into her personality. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited about just the balance that you can have. And it's whatever we're going to do, whatever DU is going to do, it's going to be together, right? It's not going to be a one-sided. You're going to get 20 points, get 30 minutes. We don't want to play that way. We want everybody to feel invested, and we've set that tone from the summer.
Yeah. We get to speak with Laya and Brooke here next. You have them with you today. What makes those two so special within this group?
I think I'll start with Brooke first. She really came on after. Y'all see this flyer?
I know.
It is.
I'm trying to be focused.
It is.
I'm like,
no.
You got one job, and then that's get out of my face.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there.
But yes, I've been trying to focus, but I'm like, seriously?
You're doing great.
It's because I'm sweet, right?
You're doing great. You're doing great.
But no, I think with Brooke, she came back from ACL, and really once we got in conference play, played with the Braves, but really came into her own. Had obviously is local, had a phenomenal summer, putting in extra work, coming in when she didn't have to. And I think you can really count on Brooke to be able to rebound again. As I said, she's the second fastest, so I'm expecting some run-outs from her. She can step out and shoot the ball, put the ball on the floor. And then she's one of our vocal leaders. She's going to say a lot, maybe not what you want to hear all the time, but she's going to say it. And then I think with Laya, last year, her nickname, she's a bit spicy. My girl was Cayenne. And, it took us some time to kind of fill out each other, but I would say I give her a lot of credit because by the end of the year she really came into her own, really impactful for us defensively, has some versatility, worked on finishing better at the basket, and then we have 3 other Spanish kids, and she's been great trying to help them get adjusted, not only to Denver, but to my coaching style, really trying to have some translations of what I actually mean. But I would expect big things for both of them in terms of their consistency and what they can provide, though we don't have a ton of experience. And then I would add Corinne and Lily to that as well, who got solid minutes. I know people look at our stats and think that, they lost a lot. But in me, I feel like sometimes you gain in a loss, and that's what we have, and that's the approach we've taken.
All right, Coach, we'll leave you on this. What is your biggest challenge to your team this upcoming season?
I want to defend. I think when you look at us across the board since we've been in the Summit League, we really haven't had issues scoring the ball, but we struggled defending. That's something that we've worked on. We'll adjust some things in terms of X's and O's, but we have the length to do so. We have the versatility to do so. So that is something I really want us to be able to defend better, not only on the court, but I think having a staff that helps with that, have 3 new assistants. Obviously, Coach Dubs has been there with us, but with Coach Butler, Coach Frazier, and then Coach Owen, who was a practice guy, is back. So that's something that we've harped on collectively. I'm sure they're probably tired of it, but that's something by the time we get to conference play, I really want us to be able to defend and rebound. Let's just keep it simple.
I love it. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining the show. We can't wait for your Pios this upcoming year.
Yeah, thank you, and go Pios.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Okay, our coverage continues with the Denver Pioneers, Lila Monclova and Brooke Merle joining us. Guys, how are we doing today?
Doing great. We're doing really good, thank you.
Yeah, we're excited to have you, and there is a lot of excitement in your gym. Plenty of newcomers, new faces, got a lot of youth on this team. What excites you guys most for this upcoming year?
Yeah, I think what excites me the most is just how the players that are coming, everyone is just taking everything in as a sponge. You know, the coaches are asking of us, just everyone competing, being unselfish, and playing together is the most exciting thing.
And we share our talents and just like play in the court and I give all effort.
Absolutely. I'm going to have you move this up a little bit.
Okay.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
Sorry.
Now we can
great.
hear you.
We'll hear you loud and clear.
Let me ask you this. I'll ask you this question to both of you. Brooke, I'll start with you. Your coach talked about how, again, so many new faces. You guys are all sponges. You're coming together. Everybody brings a personality to it, but also your coaching staff does. And I think you're being challenged. You guys are being challenged every day. You know that this has been a group, for those of you that return, that you've been able to score. But she mentioned the defensive end of the court. It seems to me that that's a big area of focus. As returners, have you seen differences in how you guys have approached that? And what has been the conversation about how this group's got to defend this season?
Yeah, I would say that the biggest thing is with the people that are here and also us returners, we know, especially in our conference, having Corinne, Lily, Anna, all the returners come back, we know what to expect with the conference season. So with that, we hold a standard with defensively of, okay, we have a lot of length, we have a lot of quickness in our team. So that is the biggest thing that we have focused on defensively, and just an advantage that we have with the new people that are here that is just really exciting.
No doubt. As a guard, more out on the perimeter, what has been the area of focus for you guys defensively?
So as of like guards, I feel like we focus more like, as she said, and suddenly we're all like same level. Is really everyone can shoot, everyone go to rim, everyone can post up. So we're like more trying to be quick, trying to be like the energy, just being there, just being guard, being help, and just have intensity to play in defense. And coach has really like focused on that this year.
Well, defense can win games, and it can win championships. That's no doubt about that.
Yeah. Well, Coach Woods also talked about you guys being, some of the returners with these newcomers on the roster. You guys are the vocal leaders. That can be hard sometimes. How have you guys adjusted maybe what your leadership style looks like with so many newcomers?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, of course, being a vocal leader is important, but also setting by example. I think that's the biggest thing, that being consistent with that, at least for me, just because this is my second year at DU, having that higher standard of having the new freshmen here, having just new people from transfers, just having that, setting by example, being the positive light energy that I am, just resembles us competing, having fun together.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, I got some fun questions for both of you. So I was doing a little research on your bios. Brooke, I'll start with you. I just think it's interesting being number 0. Can you tell me, is there like a story behind this? I'm hoping there's a story behind this.
Yeah, absolutely. So my sister, her name is Deidre Smith. She played at San Diego State University in 2015, and I was probably like in second, third grade.
You were little.
I was very little, and I would watch her play because she was in the Mountain West. So when they would play Air Force or when we go to like Colorado State, she was the number 0. So that was my biggest inspiration of, okay, I want to be number 0 when I go to college. So that was my biggest.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
That's unique. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Lila, for you, you want to pursue a career in film directing.
Yeah.
Is that still true?
Yes, it is true.
Okay.
I always like movies and the back scenes and just like watching that. When I finish a movie, I go and like see how did they do it.
Ooh,
I feel
yeah.
like it's really interesting, and yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Let's see if I can be a film director someday.
I love it. That's awesome.
Awesome. Brooke, I want to know, I know you dealt with injury a year ago. Coach was talking about it earlier. Played with a brace. Sometimes you just don't ever feel 100%, but how are you feeling now? How did the summer go, and how has the fall been for you physically?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I think, well, because I did come last year with having an injury, the staff that DU had for me, just getting rehab, getting back, especially with my strength coach, Dee, just helping me get back to feeling confident. Like, this is the most confident I've felt with having such a very crazy injury and coming back confident. So, of course, still working on my strength and just being consistent. But I think what really helped was the rehab that DU has to offer to help me come back earlier. And now that I am pretty much able to practice in the summer through, I just feel such more confidence than I was even before I tore my knee. So
That's awesome. Well, it takes a village. There's no doubt about it in
absolutely.
anything we have to do. So
Yeah, no kidding. Also, another new look for you guys is some of the size you have on this roster this year. I see you smiling. You seem pretty excited about it.
Absolutely.
What excites you the most about what this Denver team can do this year now you add some of that size?
Yeah, I think with our size, we have our position coach, Coach Dubs, who we have Anna, who came from Sierra University. We have Teo, who's from Serbia. She won a bronze medal for her Serbia team. And we just have all this cool length. All of us bigs have different things to offer for this team. We have people who are over 6 feet tall with the post. So I think that's the most exciting part, is all of us competing with each other. And it also resembles how our Summit League is. You know, we have a lot of length and size. So having that every day at practice and having different styles of posts really reflects on what we are making for this team and how exciting it is to come and compete, but also playing together. And like I said, having Coach Dubs, who is our position coach, focus on different post moves and just getting our shots, and just super exciting to see that.
no doubt, no doubt.
For both of you, just what kind of goals do you have in mind, whether it's personal or for the team? How do you look towards this season, and just what's the mindset for this group?
So basically for our team, we have more short-term goals. We have established our main ones for the first two scrimmages. From here to the first scrimmage, it could be the 40 minutes competing of the game. Then we also have, as you said, focusing on defense. Like we really want to do a better job and like be very intentional with that, with defense. And then also playing together. I feel like this year we have a very balanced team. We can all like add some of our talent. So just try to play together and imply what we do in practice.
I think adding what Lai was saying with unselfishness, I think with the people that we do have, how we play unselfish and we all compete, that is our biggest things that we focus on, especially just, you know, as we go through the season, when we start it, being 1-0, just taking it one game at a time, taking it one practice at a time, thinking of being present and just thinking short-term goals.
All right, I got one more fun one for you guys, because I want to ask every team this, because I'm just curious. So you get to pick one celebrity to be on the sideline of your game. Who are you picking and why?
Oh.
They
Paige
get it.
Beckers.
Oh, Paige Beckers.
There you go.
Already.
That's a good celebrity pick. I like it. I like
Okay.
it.
So
Brooke?
she will bring the energy. So.
Yes.
She would.
yes.
She would.
Ooh, honestly, the top of my head was Michael Jordan.
Okay.
I think that would be so cool. Just like Michael Jordan's not the
You got to show out, though. If Michael Jordan's
I
pulled
know,
up to watch a game.
exactly.
And Paige Beckers.
And
I
Paige
mean,
Beckers?
that's basketball royalty right there
Yes,
in a
it
lot
is.
of different ways.
That's
yes.
amazing. Okay, well, both of you, thank you so much for joining, and best of luck to you and the Pios this year.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much. Go Pios.